In our previous video, we have discussed patterns of biodiversity under the chapter Biodiversity and Conservation. We have discussed latitudinal gradients and species area relationship, which was proposed by Alexander von Humboldt. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss the importance of species diversity to the ecosystem. Does the number of species in a community really matter to the functioning of the ecosystem? It is a very important question for all the ecologists. For many decades, ecologists believed that communities with more species generally tend to be more stable than those with less species. Now, what does it mean? What is the meaning of stable community? A stable community is a community which does not show much variation in productivity from year to year. It must be either resistant or resilient to occasional disturbances, and it must also be resistant to invasion by alien species. What does it mean? That means that the stable community show less variation in their production from year to year, and it is also resistant to the disturbances caused by nature or which is made artificially by human being, and it is also resistant to the introduction of alien species from the other community. Regarding these, David Thielmann's long-term ecosystem experiment is very important. He used the term plots for giving the answer of this phenomenon. What was told by the scientist? He found that the plots with more species showed less year-to-year variation in total biomass. He also showed that in his experiments, increased diversity contributed to higher productivity. Let's take an example to explain the answer proposed by David Thielmann. We can take an example of grassland or agricultural land. Grassland is the area where only few varieties of grasses are grown, and the life cycle for the grass is of 1 year. So after 1 year, when the grasses are going to die, in that grassland, the other organisms which are present, they will also die, or they will move away to the other nearby grasslands. Same thing for the agricultural field also. Only few types of plant varieties are grown in that area. So either 1 year or after 2 years, when the plants will mature, then the products will be collected. So in that agricultural field, there will be no plant. So the other organisms which are present in that agricultural land, either they will die or they will go away to the other agricultural land. Now, if we take an example of forest, then what will happen? Forest is a place where various types of plants are grown. There may be various types of trees, various types of shrubs, and various types of herbs are also present in the forest. So, in a year, in a particular season, if few plants are going to die or completes their life cycle, then it will have less effect on the community of the other organisms it has less effect on the species richness of the other varieties of organism. So ecosystem of that forest will become much more stable, because forest is a large land area which represents species richness, high species richness. That is, more and more varieties of species are present in the forest. So in that, if the plot or the land is more, then we find less year to year variation in the total biomass. At the same time, in this area we find higher productivity. Increased diversity is equivalent to higher productivity. That is only proposed by David Tillman. Now the question comes that in an ecosystem, if one or few organisms are taken away or become extinct, then what will happen? Does it really matter to us if few species become extinct? There is no direct answer to this question, but it has been addressed by the Stanford ecologist Paul Ehrlich. To give the answer, he used an analogy which is called the Rivet-Popper hypothesis. He compared the aeroplane with an ecosystem. In an aeroplane, all the parts are joined by rivets. So what are rivets? That are the nut bolt like structures. He compared rivets with the species and the aeroplane with the entire ecosystem. Now, if every passenger traveling in it starts popping a rivet, that is, starts removing a rivet to take home, then what will happen? Initially it may not affect the flight safety, but what will happen if more and more rivets are removed? Then the safety of the flight will be affected, isn't it? So in the same way, if in a ecosystem under a biodiversity, if one or two species are taken away or become extinct, then initially it does not have so much adverse effect on that ecosystem. But if more and more species are going to become extinct, then what will happen? Then it will have adverse effect on that ecosystem, and the species richness is going to reduce and reduce and reduce. So if more and more rivets are removed, then after a particular time that aeroplane will become under a threat for considering the safety. In the same way, if more and more species become extinct, then that area will become dangerously that in that area that will also show that less biomass and more variation in the species richness. So initially, if one or two organisms become extinct, then the functioning of the ecosystem does not hamper too much. But if more and more species become extinct, then the community will become dangerously weak. And one more thing we have to consider, that from which part the rivet is removed. If the rivet is removed from the wings of the plane or near the emergency window, then what will happen? Then that will be a serious threat to the flight safety. Then the loss of few rivets on the seats or the other places of the plane. Similarly, if the species which drives major ecosystem function becomes extinct, then it has critical adverse effect on the proper functioning of the ecosystem. So we have learned two things from this analogy, Rivet-Popper hypothesis. First one, that is, initially if one or two species are taken or become extinct, it does not have so much impact on the functioning of the ecosystem. But when more and more species become extinct, then gradually the functioning of the ecosystems become in threatened condition, and that will show the variation in the productivity, or that will have the adverse effect on that proper functioning of the ecosystem. And another important point, that is, which species is going to extinct. If the species which drives the major functioning of the ecosystem becomes extinct, then it has serious threat, serious adverse effect on that ecosystem. So the contribution of David Tillman and the contribution of Paul Ehrlich, that is Rivet-Popper hypothesis, are very important to explain the importance of species diversity to the ecosystem.